Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. Title: She joked about me at her office party. By the next morning, her whole world had crumbled. The laughter hit me before I even reached the conference hall door. It was loud, carefree, and hers. I froze outside the glass partition, my hand still on the handle, heart thudding hard enough that I could feel it in my throat. I shouldn't have come early. I wasn't supposed to hear what came next. Come on, Mia, someone teased. You've got to tell us what it's really like dating the perfect husband. Her laugh came again, sharp, light, confident. Perfect, she said. Please. If only you knew how boring he actually is. The man thinks buying me flowers is romance. He still believes surprises mean cooking dinner. The room erupted. I stared at her through the glass, her dark hair catching the light, that smile I used to think was mine. And then she said it. Honestly, I keep him around because he's safe. He'll never leave. Not unless I tell him to. That line burned into me like acid. Every nerve in my body screamed to walk away, but I couldn't move. My chest tightened, breath shallow and uneven, as if the air itself refused to stay inside me. When the laughter faded into chatter, I turned and left, quiet and invisible, the way trust does when it's finally had enough. At home, the silence was a living thing. The smell of lavender candles still hung in the air, the same one she always lit after work. Her shoes were by the door. Her wineglass, half full, sat on the counter. It was like nothing had changed except everything had. I stood in the kitchen, staring at the glass, replaying every word she'd said. Safe. Boring. Replaceable. But underneath the anger was something worse, doubt. Maybe she didn't mean it. Maybe it was just office humor. People exaggerate to fit in, right? Maybe she was just nervous. Maybe I was overreacting. I almost convinced myself. Then her phone buzzed. It was face down on the counter. Normally, I never looked at her messages, but tonight the sound echoed through the hollow space between us like an invitation. Had fun tonight, winky face. The name? Ethan, manager. I felt my fingers tremble. My thumb hesitated over the screen before I set the phone back down, untouched. My pulse roared in my ears. Was this it? The proof I didn't want? Or just another misunderstanding waiting to twist me into knots? I didn't sleep that night. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, every memory replaying itself, her late nights finishing reports. The sudden new perfume, the guarded smile when I'd ask about work. By morning, I had stopped hoping for a lie that could make it all go away. I needed truth, even if it killed the version of us I'd been holding on to. She stumbled in around 7:30, sunglasses on, coffee in hand, her voice casual. Morning, babe. You're up early. Didn't sleep, I said. She froze for a split second, then smiled. Work stress again? I almost laughed. Something like that. She poured herself cereal, humming quietly, pretending not to feel the storm thickening in the air. I watched her every move, the way she avoided my eyes, the way her hand trembled when she lifted her spoon. Your office party seemed fun, I said finally. Her spoon clinked against the bowl. Yeah, it was fine. Why? I heard your joke. Her face went pale. What joke? The one about your boring husband. She set the spoon down carefully, like sudden movement might make everything collapse. You heard that. I nodded. Silence swallowed us both. Her eyes darted toward her phone on the counter. I noticed. She noticed that I noticed. Mia, I said softly. Is there something you want to tell me? She shook her head too fast. It was just a joke, Alex. God, you know how office stuff is. I didn't mean it like that. Then what about Ethan? Her mouth opened but no sound came. The lie was already halfway to her lips. I saw it forming, heavy and practiced, and in that moment I realized I didn't want to hear it. I just need the truth, I said. For once. Tears filled her eyes. It wasn't supposed to happen. The words fell out like stones. He's my manager. It started months ago. It was just flirting at first. Then, she covered her face. I don't even know why. I wanted to feel noticed again. You were always steady, kind, predictable. I waited for anger, for the eruption I knew she expected, but it didn't come. Instead, there was only this vast hollow ache. So you destroyed us, I whispered. Because I made you feel safe? Her sobs were small, broken sounds. I thought I could stop. I told myself it didn't mean anything. But last night, he kissed me at the party. I didn't stop him. The room spun, my breath shallow again. And then you laughed about me after? She shook her head, trembling. No. I was drunk. I thought it was harmless. Please, Alex, I'm so sorry. I don't even. I held up my hand. Don't. I walked past her, out to the balcony, and for a long moment I just stood there watching the city wake up. The morning sun bled across the skyline like a wound, warm and cruel. She followed me out, eyes red, mascara streaked. Can we fix this? She whispered. Fix what? I asked. You didn't just break trust, Mia. You broke who I thought I was to you. Her lip trembled. Please. I'll quit my job. I'll tell him it's over. But her words barely registered. My mind was already somewhere else. Back in that office, hearing her voice laughing about how safe I was. The cruel irony was that I really had been safe. The kind of safe people take for granted. I turned to her. You don't get to rewrite it now. You made your joke. The world laughed with you. Now it's your turn to hear the silence. She reached for me, but I stepped back. That single movement, her hand suspended midair, her face crumbling as she realized it was really over, stayed burned in my mind long after she left. By the next morning, her world had started to collapse. HR called me to confirm that Ethan had been reported for misconduct after someone from the party shared a video of their kiss. Word spread fast. Her promotion vanished. Her reputation fractured. She texted me once. I deserve this, don't I? I didn't reply. I just looked out the window at the same city skyline and thought about how laughter, like love, can echo long after it's gone, and how sometimes the cruelest jokes are the ones that come true. And that's when I finally smiled. Not because I was happy, but because I'd survived the punchline.